with pocket sixes definitely would want to get involved in this hand. He knows for a fact that the big blind is Siddhanth Kriplani's and he is the chip leader, and he may
Raise 90,000.
want to play a little bit aggressive poker there, considering he's a very, very aggressive player. And Raja on the small blind with a very short stack of 4 big blinds, and Siddhanth on the big blind with king 8 off. What does he intend to do here? It's a 90,000 open by Aditya Sushant, the battle between two really, really good players.
Call.
Rajat, if you thought Alok Berwar was aggressive, you're in for a show. We have Siddhanth Kripalani, also known as Ender, on this final table.
Oh, that is an action board already. There's a 6 on the flop, and it's a king high board. Wow. It's going to be a test for Siddhanth in the very first hand, and that too against Aditya Sushant.
A standard thing on a chip EV basis is that Siddhanth should raise his top pair versus a button open, because Siddhanth is going to be doing a range bet. Against a range bet, your top pair becomes value. But in ICM scenarios, it might be different. We'll get to see what Mr. Ender decides to do.
Call.
Just makes the call on the flop. I mean, the 8 would be a disaster for Siddhanth there. And it's another king now. Listen, at this point in time, I think the money is going in for a fact. Sushant, as you can see, Aditya Sushant has a full house, 6 is full of kings, whereas Siddhanth Kriplani has trip kings. He's turned another king. They both are thinking that we're trapping our opponents and we're slow playing our hand in their own right. But at this point in time, we know for a fact that Aditya Sushant is the favorite to take this hand down unless a 7 or an 8 comes in on the river. King is also good to help him make quads, but listen, he only has 17% equity there. Putting in a big bet of 2,80,000 into 420.
You know, this card might be good, but I don't think Siddhanth is gonna be a big fan of facing 3 barrels by Aditya Sushant, because he knows that Aditya has to be really, really tight, because there's like, as you spoke before, there's only a stack which is 4 big blinds. So he knows that Aditya Sushant won't go too crazy. So we are probably going to see a flat call here by Siddhanth and onto the river. And the question is, can Siddhanth fold the river if he faces an all-in?
He also understands that he's got a very strong hand here, and Aditya Sushant, even if he's got that remote chance of bluffing, Siddhanth would not want to lose the bluffs offered by Aditya Sushant here. So I don't see a reason for him to be raising. I think if he's facing a bet there and he's very strong and he has a lot of equity in the hand, he may just opt to just flat call. That's another call there. The pot is close to $1 million. Aditya Sushant has left himself behind with
onto the river
1.4 million. The 4 of diamonds does not really change much there. It's a full house versus strips. And now, since Siddhanth has called twice on the flop and turn, Aditya has a massive pure value bet there. Siddhanth has checked again, not opting to lead out. Now the question is, what is the bet size that Aditya Sushant is going to choose?
Sushi unblocking the top pair here, unblocking the trips. I think he's going to go for a massive size, around 60-70% of pot. And it is going to be...
He could go for an overpot bet here as well.
I don't think so.
If he puts Siddhanth on an exactly the kind of hand that he's looking at, a king, which he knows he is going to get paid for. He's gone for 725,000, and that is not a snap call by Siddhanth. I mean, listen, I think he's going to talk himself into calling, but he does realize that there are very, very, very few bluffs there. There are better king X's that beat him. There are obviously 6s and 7s that beat him. There are some missed draws from the buttons range that, you know, the clubs draw the 8-9 of clubs, the very strong hand, the 8-10 of clubs, those sort of hands that actually have not completed. You know, and those are the hands that Aditya Sushant may want to opt to play like that. But would he ever do this in this scenario on the final table of the main event is a question that Siddhanth needs to answer. There are some bluffs that he absolutely crushes. There may be certain value hands that he absolutely crushes as well with his strips, right? That Aditya Sushant may be opting to put in value with, and he makes that quick call, and he has a full house.
Think the problem with that call is, you know, the draws that you're talking about. Siddhanth is hard blocking those draws, 8-9, 5-8. If Adi opens 5-8 for that to start, but he's definitely opening 8-9, and he's blocking that 8-9, which is like a main bluff combo there because he has missed.